Amy McKinstry enlisted into the Army. She enlisted because where she worked was right next to a recruitment office, and most of the people that were there became friends with her and convinced her to join.
She has other family members that were enlisted, however, they were in a different branch. Her grandfather and her dad were both in the Air Force. When she joined, she was excited, but she was also scared because she knew it was going to be hard and that training was going to be long and difficult.
Miss McKinstry described her first days in the service as nerve-wracking. She was nervous about what was to come, but she was also excited to meet new people and to experience a new thing.
Her training was very hard and painful. She was not in as good of shape as everyone else, so she had to try and work harder. Her instructors were very mean and tough and made fun of her a lot, but she had to take it and could not look affected by the comments or yelling. She had to follow some strict rules, like arriving on time for everything, and she also had to keep her hair short and pulled back at all times.
She also had a really tough drill sergeant. He was strict. He once constructed a room inspection, went into hers and tore it apart and made her clean it again.
She learned how to handle many weapons, such as a rifle, a rocket launcher, and an M16. She was also awarded badges after completing all of the weapon training. She wasn't allowed to do anything else until she learned how to handle all of the weapons.
She was pretty much given all the supplies that were necessary. However, when the cold weather came, there was not enough warm clothing supplied, so they had to use what was around them to stay warm. They were forced to cope with the cold weather without complaining because their sergeant would have yelled at them and punished them. The food experience was good. They had a certain time to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Her favorite food was chili mac, and she drank black coffee every day. She also received meals that were in a bag. She said that they weren't bad, however, they weren't fantastic.
Miss McKinstry was able to stay in touch with her family, but not as much as she would have liked to. She was able to make calls on a payphone, but she only had about 3 to 4 minutes per call. She tried as much as she could to call, but she didn't have much time, and she also wanted to keep in touch with her friends.
After her training was over, she served all around the world. She served in Indianapolis, South Carolina, Virginia Beach, Italy, and more.
While stationed in Italy, she visited the city of Venice. She went to wineries and visited other sites. Some of the civilians there felt threatened by the soldiers being there, but they didn't do anything to hurt them.
While she was stationed in South Carolina, for fun she visited places like Myrtle Beach. While she was there, she spent time around the boardwalk with her friends. She did not see any combat because her job was a journalist and a photographer for the Public Affairs Office. She was also able to escort the VIPs. However, at any time she could be called away, which was very stressful for her.
One of the most memorable experiences she had was when a movie was being filmed on the beach she was stationed at. The movie starred Mark Wahlberg, and she also got to meet him. Throughout her times in the Army, Miss McKinstry did not have a journal, but she did take a lot of pictures to record the memories. But most of them were destroyed in a flood.
She was awarded 2 coins of excellence and was also given an award for movie crew work.
When she was on leave, Miss McKinstry spent most of the time with her family and friends. The day her service ended wasn't very eventful. She just went home with her son.
Weeks afterwards, she was still adjusting because she didn't have a strict sleep schedule, but she would still wake up early before everyone else. She also didn't have as many rules to follow. She didn't join any veterans organizations, but she did attend a reunion. It was only about 12 people, and it was 5 years after her service ended.
She made many good friends while in the Army, and some of them she still talks to this day. Miss McKinstry has many opinions of the Army. However, the most important one is she thinks that people should be required to join the military.
Being in the Army helped influence her thoughts on the military. She said it was frustrating because people don't really know what the military does for you. Miss McKinstry feels that the Army made her a better person.